خیلی متشکرم خانم محیدین. درود بر شما دوستان. من کاوه شهروز هستم، مجری برنامه امروز خواهم بود. میخوام قبل از هر چیزی به سهم خودم از اینکه شما تشکر کنم که امروز تشریف آوردید و میخواستم از دوستانی که در شورای ملی فعال هستند، مخصوصا خانم محیدین، آقای قهرمانی، خانم گلستان و آقای پیرزاده که هر دو از پلیس تشریف آوردن تشکر بکنم، هم به خاطر کوششی که کردن در تلاقات این برنامه و هم به خاطر دید خوب باز و دموکراتیکشون که در این برنامه هیچ اصرار نکردن که تمام سخنگوها و مجریان همه عضو این شورا باشن. من به عنوان عضو این شورا نیستم، اما این دوستان هیچ به این مسئله فکر نکردن. همین که من فقط اعتقاد به دموکراسی دارم و حقوق بشر براشون کافی نیست که با هم همکاری بکنیم و به من افتخار داده که من امروز مجری این برنامه باشم. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program today, and apologies again for the delay. I think it couldn't be helped. Let's get started. A few administrative things, but before we get to that, I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that this week we lost a friend to the Iranian human rights movement. Some of you may know that in 2013, Canada's parliament recognized the massacre of political prisoners in Iran in 1988 as constituting crimes against humanity. And the person whose signature is actually on that motion was Paul Dewar, a member of parliament from the NDP. Mr. Dewar was a friend of the Iranian community, a friend of the human rights movement, and tragically we lost him this week. So I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the work that he did and say that he will be greatly missed in Canada and around the world. Rest in peace. A word about the structure of the event. So today's event will feature first a few speeches from our dignitaries, some elected officials, former and past. Then we'll hear some speeches from some political activists and thinkers. And then finally we'll have a panel discussion with a few of those speakers and some of the folks from the National Council for Free Elections in Iran. And those segments will each be punctuated by short videos that you'll see. I request kindly please turn off your cell phones or put them on vibrate. If you are going to be taking photos or recording, please direct your cameras to the front of the stage for privacy reasons or for matters of personal safety. Some people might not want to be recorded. In the event that you don't speak Farsi, the language of the program will switch back and forth between Persian and English. In the event that you don't speak Persian and want simultaneous English translation, we've got devices available. Please let us know and we'll provide you with a device. And hopefully that will make the events more enjoyable for you. And finally a word, hopefully it's not necessary, but all of us have been to events concerning Iran, and we know that sometimes things can get heated. There is an opportunity for questions and answers at the end. If you've got issues that you want to raise, I urge you to wait till then. Hopefully all of you are here to be engaged and to learn and to hear from our speakers. In the event that there's somebody here with a different agenda, I just want to let you know that there is ample security in the room and outside, and that we will avail ourselves of it. So hopefully that's irrelevant to most of you. If it is relevant to you, you've been warned and govern yourself accordingly. So, with all that said, let's get started. The purpose of this event is to mark the 40th anniversary of the Iranian Revolution and to consider the path forward. I think it's nearly impossible for anyone, any objective observer, to look at the events of the past 40 years and see anything but a complete catastrophe and a national tragedy. Crimes against humanity, torture, rape, terrorism, gender apartheid, religious discrimination, international isolation, economic devastation, rampant corruption, environmental destruction. These and many other horribles are the report card of the Islamic Republic in the past 40 years. So the purpose of today's event is in part to think about this unmitigated disaster. And we'll be hearing from some of the victims of the Iranian government in the past 40 years, with a particular emphasis on people who are standing up and demanding their rights. But that's not really the only purpose of today's event. We'll also be hearing from a number of thinkers and activists about the path ahead. Hopefully, we can explore what a free and democratic Iran would look like and how we get there. That's what our speakers will discuss today. So let me just end with one thought on the topic of how we fight back and how we get to democracy. This Thursday, Valentine's Day, marks the 30th anniversary of the announcement of the fatwa against Salman Rushdie. That fatwa being one of the many, many, many crimes of this regime. In thinking about that anniversary in the context of a piece that I'm trying to write, I came across an article by Rushdie written shortly after 9/11. He, of course, wrote the piece about the terrorists who had hijacked the planes and caused several thousand deaths. But the piece might as well have been about Iran. What I love about it is the critical, fundamental point it emphasizes in opposing a religious dictatorship. He writes, and I quote, "The fundamentalists are against, to offer just a brief list, freedom of speech, a multi-party political system, universal adult suffrage, accountable government, Jews, homosexuals, women's rights, pluralism, secularism, short skirts, dancing, beardlessness, evolution, and sex. The fundamentalist believes that we believe in nothing. In his worldview, he has his absolute certainties while we are sunk in sybaritic indulgences. To prove him wrong, we must first know that he is wrong. We must agree on what matters. Kissing in public places, bacon sandwiches, disagreement, cutting-edge fashion, literature, generosity, water, a more equitable distribution of the world's resources, movies, music, freedom of thought, beauty, love. These will be our weapons." End quote. Our speakers will speak about a great many things today: constitutions, civil disobedience, international relations, etc. But as these important and complex discussions take place, let us always keep in mind the deceptively simple points made by Salman Rushdie. They, the few who have ruled over Iran for 40 years, are on the side of hate and death. We, the many who oppose them, are on the side of love and life. It may take decades, but we, the many, shall prevail over they, the few. Let's get started. Our first speaker is someone well known, I think, to everybody in this room, the Honorable Dr. Reza Moridi. Dr. Moridi is a scientist by training with a doctorate from Brunel University in London. He was elected to Ontario's legislature as MPP for the riding of Richmond Hill in 2007, and a position that he held until 2018. While in government, Dr. Moridi held various portfolios in Ontario's cabinet, and he served as Minister of Research, Innovation and Science, and as Minister of Training, Colleges and Universities. He's been outspoken on the issue of human rights in Iran, and has consistently and vocally supported Iran's democracy movement. Dr. Moridi.